And as always, it's run by the army.
They sort of get hunches.
Okay.
Welcome everybody. In October 2007, Her Majesty the Queen, our boss, dedicated the Armed Forces Memorial. A year later, I stood on these same steps and said thank you to 2,000 people that attended the first Ride to the Wall. It was only supposed to be 200, but that's a different story. Why is Ride to the Wall so different and with us forever? Unfortunately, every year, names on the walls of the Armed Forces Memorial have a direct and immediate impact on possibly 2 to 3 generations going forward. At the same time, there are those that have in recent years lost loved ones. By coming together in our own unique way as a band of brothers and sisters, we are all here to support one another and remember. After 15 years, we're still here and growing, and this is down to all you here today who believe, understand and embrace remembrance. In this ever-changing world that we find ourselves in, one thing that will never go away are the names on the walls of the Armed Forces Memorial. And it is our duty to make sure that we continue to remember them, and in doing so, educate those following, our children, to do the same. For this unique service of remembrance to take place, there's a tremendous amount of teamwork behind the scenes to pull it all together. These include the RTTW trustees and committee, and all the marshals and volunteers who work throughout the year, giving their time freely, which I for one are extremely grateful. There's also the staff at National Memorial Arboretum, supported this year by the staff from the Royal British Legion Festival of Remembrance team, the National Highways Agency, the M6 toll, and numerous police forces around the country, all coming together to make sure we can remember as safely, respectfully and memorably as possible. Finally, a massive thank you goes out to each and every one of you here today for your support and the support you've shown for many years for Ride to the Wall. Let's hope we can be united again on the 7th of October next year as one to remember. Thank you. I'd now like to hand over to Major General Lamont Kirkland.
Thank you, Martin. Well, bikers, fellow wallers, welcome back to the NMA. Can I thank the many thousands who've ridden here today on your motorbikes, scooters, three-wheelers, contraptions. We've seen them all. They're all here. What an extraordinary spectacle. Your presence is a powerful demonstration that the biking community is determined to honour its heroes and show your respect with dignity, style and thunder. Who would have believed 15 years later this would have become an annual pilgrimage to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice in the service of our country. This is truly a ride of respect, and it is an absolute privilege to share this day with you as one of the patrons of the Ride to the Wall. And if you're here for the first time, and I know there are, I've already met people here goggle-eyed at what they've seen, you're about to take part in a remembrance ceremony, but not as you know it. Over the years, we have become this huge family who gather together with friends, colleagues, and fellow wallers in this beautiful and tranquil. Thank you. to share in a poignant and deeply moving act of remembrance. Who of you will be able to resist shedding a tear today? And why not? Let it all out. It's good for you. You know that now. I'm always intrigued by the motivation that brings us all together. What's clear is that we've all got our own reasons for being here. Many of you have served. You can see that on headdress and medals, badges. Many of you are still serving or have family members in the forces. We know some of you have lost family members, sons, daughters and loved ones whose names are on the wall. What I do know is that the experience of being part of this and riding together is just so powerfully emotional and deeply humbling. You only have to look at the comments on social media after the event to know what it means for everybody when you read expressions of pride, joy, sorrow, love, and loss. It's very moving indeed. And as this event has grown, and I think we are probably at an all-time record today. Thank you. There are some thanks we need to give, so ready to keep clapping. First of all, to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, our Commander-in-Chief, for your devotion to duty and the lives you touched. We send our deepest sympathies to all members of the royal family. Your Majesty, we salute you. May you rest in peace. God save the King. To our founder, Martin Dickinson, and the unpaid committee members and trustees who've organised this superb event today, and this includes those who support on the day with traffic, logistics and merchandise. And let's give a special shout out to the Bridge Babes, Kay, on her last day of being a Bridge Babe. Next year you're going to ride with us. Yeah. I think as patrons, we are in awe of the committee and what they do for you and the organisation. I know for some of them it's taken over their lives. You ought to see Martin's living room covered in merchandise. So keep on buying, it's all helping to clear his sitting room. And can we thank the band?
Describe her reign. With the sheer breadth of qualities identified from across generations, affiliations, and nationalities that was humbling. Service, loyalty, duty, kindness, generosity, warmth, caring, inquisitive, interested, insightful, supportive, dedicated, unifying, inspirational, enduring, devotion, sense of fun, mischievous, twinkle in the eye, faithful, prayerful. I'm sure we could all add to this list, and there are certainly particular words that may be more attracted to you than others. But combined, these words reflect a life well lived in service to others. So what words would you use to describe the people we remember on the wall behind us? Do they simply reflect the armed forces, values and standards that are placed upon them? Courage, discipline, respect for others, integrity, loyalty, selfless commitment, service? Or are they far more personal, loving, playful, opinionated, cheeky? Are words enough? Can words alone capture a personality and what they have meant to those who have known them? I don't think so. There just aren't enough words in any language to do that, or to express the emotions we will have felt at sometimes their quite often sudden loss. And if, like me, you have tried to explain to family, friends, other bikers, total strangers, what this place and this event means to you, do you find mere words fail you? How can we explain the thrill of riding together to this place, or the emotions of gathering to remember? Words alone cannot express what it means to be here, how it feels to stand together, or why it is always so dusty, even when it rains. This is a place, an event, where feelings ride high and emotions can be very raw, but where we can express them because we are among friends and among the family of Wallers. And the Queen is inexorably linked to both this place and this event. As Martin has said, the Armed Forces Memorial was dedicated in her presence in October 2007, and, like the family members who have already been up to the wall today, the Queen spent time reflecting on those of her family remembered on the wall. As a result of this dedication, the first ride to the wall took place in October the next year, a date chosen to be as near to the dedication as possible. And still we gather at this time of year, come rain or shine. Okay, mainly rain. To remember the 16,238 people whose names are written on the wall. 73%